Hello everyone, this is Alexander McKinnon here today, and for this video I have for you a special presentation of a current project that I'm working on. So here in this binder is a comic book that I'm working on, and this comic book here is based off of a lot of previous stories and ideas that I had when I was younger. And I guess it started around probably when I was in elementary school. And so, well, let me give you a quick idea of what the story is about. So, once in a galaxy of many that was filled with many wonders and mysteries, there was a planet with no name. On this planet, there was a group of people called the Elements. Each element was able to control their own part of the world. For example, like fire element controls fire, water element controls water, and all the elements were led by an element named Master. Master is their leader, and he helped lead them and take them around the planet. One element is the controller of the human element, as you can see here. And some of the elements have names, some of them are not given a name in the beginning. But, for example, Master is one person. And later on in the story, you'll find out why he has this name. But also, human element is called Main. And later on in the story, you'll find out why he's called that as well. But, so the story goes is they're living on the planet, and Main has the idea of also populating the planet with humans as well. So he went to Master and discussed the idea, and Master decided that all the elements will vote on it. So all the elements agreed, all but one. This unknown element went off to hide in the shadows of space, somewhere in the galaxy. None elements knew who was the missing element, and in time, the element's presence was forgotten. So, humans eventually were allowed to live on a planet, and they soon populated pretty much all of it, and they decided to build many towns and cities, and they lived very well until one time, which started from when Master had to leave the elements for a while, and he never told the elements why, and so that remained to be a mystery that you'll find out later. So the elements lived well, and there was a lot of peace around the world. But suddenly things began to change for the worse. For some unknown reason, the humans began to fight each other, and the violence broke out from attacks to fights to finally total warfare that had broken on the entire planet. So that's the start of the story. And this project in particular, the one I'm working on, is actually not the first chapter, but the prologue to the whole story. So I have about how many pages? As of when I'm recording this video now, I have about 12 pages done. And so I'm going to talk about a little bit of the process of how I go through all this whole comic. So first thing I do is, well, it took me a while to get through this whole comic, and what I mean by that is that I suppose that this comic was started, or, well, I guess as far back as you could say elementary school, because um, I've had ideas of different characters, but I never really had, I guess, a good combination of all the stories that I had in my head put into it. And I'll start off from, I guess, Master, because that's one point, I guess, that leads off into so far as a mysterious direction. So anyway, Master was, I suppose, one of the first people that I created, and I I'm not 100% sure where I got the idea of Master from. I have an idea where, or I guess, I suppose theory, what, basically, well, I suppose theory of where this character comes from. But anyway, so as far as the story goes so far, Master is the leader of the elements, and he has left them for an unknown period of time. So, Master, I believe, was based off of several different TV shows or whatever I watched when I was really young. Um, the idea for the planet, I guess, was just off of different, just a combination of using, planet Earth, or maybe just some other fictional planet. As far as this story goes, this planet is not meant to be Earth, really. But you could, if you want, you can use it as an idea of it. I'm not saying this is what really happens, but as far as the story goes, this is a fictional world. I guess you could call it like a science fiction or mythology, or however you wish to name it or put it in your own terms. But I'll talk about now the whole process. So these first two pages here in particular, I've started, I would say, I think about in 2012 maybe. I'm not sure, I would have to check up on that. But anyway, when I first did these two pages, I did a almost like a sketch layout of different ideas of how I was going to do this, and I wasn't quite sure, and I didn't know how I was going to put this comic together. First thing I did was I was trying to do, maybe I should do a whole panel and then scan it, and then with using some program put each panel in together, and then I eventually realized it would be a lot easier for me to just draw out the panels by hand. And I know there's programs that some people use to automatically set up the panels and the layout, but I decided for now just to pretty much do it handmade, because I don't have a program yet at this time, and also think it's kind of, I guess, more in the pathway of whatever I want to do. But anyway, so I did a sketch here. There was no color, and once I did a sketch with pencil, I inked in the lines, pretty much like the globe and the trees and the characters here on the grass, and then went in, and I believe this is a combination of pencil and marker. I believe so. I don't remember just sure. That's another thing I need to check up on. But anyway, so using the different techniques, I had finally a finished product, which I scanned in, which was just artwork. I didn't do any of the boxes, the text boxes. I used, I think it was either Microsoft Word or some other program to just put these in. So I did that with the pretty much the first two pages. Onwards, for example, with page 3 and onward, and pretty much, well, anyway, these I believe took about let's see, late high school, so last 2 years, and it was kind of on and off because school, school gives you work to do and other things as well at home. But this really kicked off again at, I would say, about the start of May or June actually, and so I continued onward, and I have at this well as of this point in time about 12 pages. But anyway, I stopped doing the sketch thing, and from page 5 and onward, I started doing a rough draft, which I have some of it here. Like, for example, these are pages here I haven't done yet, like page 16. Like, I have rough draft and I just sketch it out, kind of like a brainstorm. And after that, when I'm doing brainstorming, I have rough draft a page and do little sketch. You don't have to, really do detailed or anything. But like, you can just use a pencil or pen. What I like to do is just do a simplified version of whatever I want to do. Maybe if there's, say, something I want to put in the page that I haven't done before, or I'm not quite sure of exactly how to do, I could do a little experimentation on the page, or maybe just go on some other page and just do studies or practice or little experiments or doodles of what I want to put in. Let's see. Also, some of you might be wondering, have I done this comic in a particular style? I don't think so. I'm trying to do this in my own way, but I guess there's some influences from other media that I've been exposed to in the past. But I'm not sure. I'm trying to do it in my own format or fashion. But this is I'm trying to do it my own way, basically. So once I'm done with the rough draft, I kind of start to do, or do what I've done with the first couple of pages, like with page 1 through 4. I was pretty much doing the same thing, but it's based off the rough draft. And also, when I'm doing the sketching, I don't write in any of the text. I don't do any text boxes, and also I don't do things like, say, the question mark. I already know how I can put this in so it looks, say, more legible to read, or more, I guess, professional. Things I might do myself would be like these little music note symbols or something like that. But like things like punctuation stuff, I can do that using a program. Also, when I'm so far in the comic, I don't like for shading. I just use handmade shading or just my own shading techniques. I don't go back into use a program to color it in or anything. I mean, I could do that if I want to make this comic in color instead of black and white, but that's just so far sounds like a future project, I guess. And also, I sometimes plan out areas where I think there should just be text in a panel. So, like for example, if here I planned the idea of having like a smoke or something here, and I think that turned out well. So I have this here. So actually, well, back to the story now. This is just a prologue. I have a couple of chapters already in my mind, but once I finish the prologue, I'm going to see what I can do to publish it. And I'm thinking what I should do maybe first, at least, is to see if I can get it made into a electronic book or something like that, or a downloadable book. And I'm thinking probably would be easy to do, but I'm not sure. That's something I would still need to look into. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to do electronic version at first. Yeah, I guess I could do something like that. But I'm also interested in hearing what all of you think. Because, like, for example, from everything from the artwork, whether or not you like it, I've shown some examples of this through Twitter, also through Vine, and I believe on my channel page I have a link to my Twitter, and from Twitter you can get to Vine as well. I'm also trying to put the Vine link on my channel as well, but I have Twitter definitely works. So follow me on Twitter if you want to get a current update on the status of this project. So I'm interested in the artwork. I'm interested in what you think of the whole project as a whole. What do you think about the story? Or actually, in addition, I would like to know if you have any, I guess, feedback of what I should do next, or anything else I should put in the story. I would like to know that as well. So feel free to put in your own input down in the comments, or message me if you like to do something that's more, I guess, more one-to-one basis. So you can do that through the YouTube messaging. Let's see what else. I also plan on showing in future videos how I do certain techniques and how I draw this and that. How I draw, say, like landscapes to characters to shading techniques and stuff like that. I know I have some other art videos as well on my channel, but I'm going to try to hit areas that I haven't covered yet. So subscribe if you want to stay tuned into that and get updates when I post something new. So I'm about to wrap this video up. So please give this video a thumbs up, favorite, share with your friends and family, and subscribe for more. And stay tuned, because I will definitely soon put a new update for this video. So stay tuned for more. See ya.